okay, because we've moved the ball forward not that much. You probably look a bit more difference in the shaft angle, to be fair, where your hands are, okay, but the ball's gone from kind of where you... That's a bit too far back, actually. Go on, straight up, we got to do it. There, that was roughly where you were, and you've moved it there. So it's probably gone forward about ball width, roughly, which again, you think less than 2 inches,
so much more,
but it feels like the ball's over here somewhere, and that's the biggest thing. So at least from that position, as we said, for me, the grip now I think looks slightly more neutral, which is never a bad thing for you. It's a nice sort of neutral spot. The takeaway is good. We get a nice turn. The head's now behind the golf ball still. We shift our lower half really well. So the knee and the hip now moving towards that left side. We've known the angle of attack from the swing plane looking, we saw the vision of down the line, is looking good. We can come back into the golf ball. Head can stay behind where it was. There's your hand just after impact. If I go back a frame, but there you go. That's just before impact. The ball's still there. That's just after. So your hands would have been just on line with the golf ball there, just in front, and a nice kind of release through elbows. Look at that. There's literally not a single pull with that left arm at all, and it's through to a nice follow through. For me, the ones that look a little bit mechanical, which is again comes back to that thing, it's not a swing thought, it's a swing feeling, is your elbows and your arms will be better in the release when you get a bit more time to hit it. You're not hitting the ball too early, and you're able to let your arms release this way as opposed to trying to keep the arms in. It looks some of the ones have gone a little bit. Remember that last one there was a bit pushy. They've gone 20 yards offline. It's not as if it's killed you, but it's not where you want it to be. Looks as though you're almost trying to keep the elbows down, as opposed to, well, if I release the club properly, the elbows do stay down. Yeah? It's the elbows staying down and more of an effect as opposed to a cause trying to lock things out. I think that's when you said, I'm trying too hard, I try to hoik that one, is when you're trying to mechanically move the arms, not just that feeling of letting the arms release, which I say 7 times out of 10 you do pretty good. It's just when you're at that 1 or 2 they're a bit like it's the knock-on effect from them. But yeah, ball a bit further forward. It looks, as you said, marginal when you look at it there. If we saw those 2 spots there and said, okay, right, what's place to space spot the difference, I'd say probably the first thing that most people say, probably the shaft angle would be a little bit more extreme slightly, but nothing major there. But I don't think people just look at the ball because they go, he's moved his ball further forward. You know it's gone forward because it feels like it's gone miles forward. So in reality, it's gone probably a ball width, which is all you need to do. I mean, any more than that, you'd probably end up missing the ball near enough. Yeah, well, not missing, but you're toe ending it a lot. So if we get some of those sort of heely ones or those blocky ones out to the right, you think your golf swing is an arc this way. The ball gets back on this side of the arc. The ball's going out there, isn't it? Yeah. Conversely, if the ball gets too far forward, maybe in a few weeks' time, who knows? Then they start going a bit pulley left. Then you just got to be careful of that. Yeah. But I would generally encourage as best you can. Again, not every single shot. It might be more of a annoyance having there, but just put the old crosshairs there, just to confirm when you're setting up. Maybe it's the first 10 or 15 shots. You go, okay, I've got a good setup. So now if things start going a bit awry, it's more of a swing thing. And I think you're getting better now at knowing when your arms do something wrong or where this happens with the swing. But generally, the things that maybe you were worried about, setup's looking better with the ball position, but takeaway is great. Top of the backswing is a good spot. Your downswing now is really, really good in terms of the transition of where that club's getting. For me now, the main feel is from here to there through impact, yeah? Whereas you get a little bit, I'm trying to get my arms to do this and if you try to do anything at that speed, it's very tough, yeah? It's always technical up to that point then. Once you're at the top of the back, so now it's just a feeling of my arms are doing this, my arms are doing X, Y, or whatever they may be. You can't really sort of think, what's that elbow going to do and how's this going to do that and what movement am I going to make? Because it's so quick, it's a reaction, yeah? But no, it's good, mate. It's actually really, really good. There's some good movements there. And I think in terms of where the swing is at as a whole, technically, I wouldn't say it's very far away from where you want to get to, like, completed, yeah? It's just now having that feeling of how you get there. I think sometimes it gets mechanical, isn't it, yeah? Which I think...
I'm not afraid
of course, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's understandable. But I say, as we see, all these different things create tension or fear or panic or pressure. And what that can do to a golfer, you saw yesterday with those lads on the match and stuff, or anyone, I mean, pressure causes things to go wrong, yeah? So if we overthink down the hitting area, that's when I think the thinking stops the swing, yeah? Yeah? Yeah.
Just thinking about it going from there to there.
Yeah.
And that's sort of just imagining it.
Yeah, really good sort of sensation of that club, almost that sort of club edge, just a free spirit fling of the club at the bottom, not this kind of like I think I always use that term, like guiding through quicksand. Almost like to pull the club through.
That's
Feels more effort.
such a problem for me.
Of course it has, yeah.
It's been massive for so long.
Yeah, definitely.
But this feels such better getting that.
Yeah. But the thing is, and I think I've told you before, I've had a booklet from 30 years ago saying stuff, I still do that today. That's 30 years ago. So certain things are programmed into our DNA, yeah? You will always be somebody who wants the tendency, if you didn't fix it and you just kept swinging and swinging and swinging, you'd probably find you might start tipping back over the top, or you might start reacting with the elbow, or you might start doing these things if you didn't just keep track of what was going on, yeah? That's the key thing now, is knowing what your tendencies are, knowing when things are good, when they are good, and then when things slightly go off, what's gone off there. But yeah, definitely for me, set up with that ball position, you're hitting it a bit early, and then you reacted to the shots you were getting from the wrong ball position.
Yeah.
But it wasn't fix the ball position, it was try and change the swing or do something else in the swing, yeah? Which,
Because to be honest, right now, my target, where I'm trying to get to,
yeah.
is not a school. It's not.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
After when it's a bit better, but I'm going to now. Where I really want to get to is coming for a lesson.
Yeah.
And we're not adding new things.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's rewinding, tweaking.
Precisely, yeah.
getting back,
Yeah.
to get a bit
Yeah.
I'd love to get to that point where I have to swing.
To be honest, mate,
And we're just tweaking.
yeah. I think, in all fairness, I wouldn't say you're that far from it at all. I think there's definitely the light at the end of the tunnel now is visible, whereas before the tunnel couldn't be seen. It was like, where am I? Where's this tunnel? I've got to try and find it, yeah? But now I think there's overall, the circle you're creating is decent. That's the important thing. You just don't get a feeling through, but now with a better ball position, you can release it better. Much better swing, mate. So, it's good.